This is the Life's Journey with Best Friends podcast. Listen as two best friends for over 40 years share our experiences, insights, and unique stories. Hi, BFFers. We talk a lot about aging ungracefully on our podcast and are always looking at ways to improve our overall health.
One of the ways to do that is to purchase quality products that are high in nutrition.
Natural Food Exchange is passionate about providing you with the highest quality, natural, and organic products. They are dedicated to promoting a healthy lifestyle through a carefully curated selection of nutritious foods, supplements, and wellness products.
Check out Natural Food Exchange in person at 39 Pleasant Street, Unit 1A in Stoneham, or visit their website, naturalfoodexchange.com.
Get 15% off of your order when you use the code BFF15 or use the QR code on our website at www.lifesjourneywithbestfriends.com. Hey BFFers, we are back for another episode of Life's Journey with Best Friends. I am Noelle.
And I'm Diana.
And we are here to just talk about everything and nothing and, give you our opinions on everything. So how was your week, Diana? Was it good?
It was crazy. Yeah, it was good, actually. It was
Good.
very good. Finally feeling better. Knock on wood.
Yay! That's awesome. I'm so
Yeah.
happy that the fall is here. I mean, I know you love the summer, but fall is where it's at for me. I just love the 72-degree days and the cool nights. And
I don't mind fall. It's what comes after it. And I know once it's fall, what it leads into. So that's why I don't like fall. It's guilty by association.
Yeah, I get that. That's a great analogy.
Or hate by association.
That's awesome. No, that's true. That's true. Oh, so funny. So, with that being said, there's this is the time of year that festivals and all kinds of different things come up, and you have fairs and everything that happen. And I love that. The summer
Apple picking and apple cider donuts.
Right. And
decorating for fall. I mean, I do enjoy all that. I do.
Right. No, that's good. That's good. I'm glad because, sometimes it tends to get in the way of, no, I shouldn't say that. I think Christmas is so crazy, which we absolutely love Christmas, but I feel like fall, no one decorates their house for the summer, but in the fall, they start to put out the pumpkins and all of that stuff. So I think that's where all that fun stuff, for me, it makes me feel.
I feel like you're right. Fall starts the seasons of fun, right?
Yeah.
So, you have Halloween, and then right after Halloween, Thanksgiving's coming. After Thanksgiving, Christmas is coming, and all that stuff leads to fun, doing fun things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So speaking of fairs, there was was absolutely awful. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for these people. So I saw this article that was like, don't fall for the fake Topsfield Fair tickets. So as I'm reading the article, I'm like, all right, so these scam artists are targeting people like, that typically go to fairs, and they say the tickets are between $69 and $99 according to the organizers of the fair, and you can buy the tickets ahead of time and blah, blah, blah. And I thought to myself, what fair costs that much money?
Exactly. Who's thinking, okay, I see this discount for $99. Unless that's like a weekend admission, why would you pay $99 to get into a fair? I just don't get it.
And if it's something that you typically go to, it's not that much money. And I'm sorry.
Maybe there were other things included that people thought, okay, this is a great price. I'm going to buy it.
Right. Maybe. But usually when you go to those fairs, everything is included unless, I don't know how many people go to fairs like we have up here that they do demolition derbies and they do tractor pulls and that stuff. And that stuff is usually an extra ticket. But you have to actually buy that separately. You don't get them all together. So I don't know, but as it turns out, these people were getting scammed. So that kind of brought us to our question of the week that we posted on Facebook. We did actually have a few people that responded to it, which was awesome. So our question, do you have a different credit card or form of payment that you use online than something that you use, in person? And I actually learned something. So I know there are some people that did say, like Michael said, for Amazon, he uses a specific card that gives him additional bonus points. A few people, like Doug, also said that too. They use a card that gives them points, whether it's cash back or towards vacation points for like JetBlue and stuff. However, Justine did say that she uses a virtual number that's associated with her credit card for online transactions or like recurring transactions. And in case the virtual card gets compromised, it doesn't affect her card. I never knew that was a thing. Did you?
How do you get that? Like, is
She
that just a credit card or can you get that through your like a bank?
she said that most credit cards offer it, and it saves them actually from reissuing credit cards if they get compromised, because this
I
is
love
just a
that.
virtual card. Yeah, so that's something I definitely want to look into. So thank you, Justine. I
Yes,
see
that's
you
something
learned something new.
I know. I know. So for me, with this question, I don't own credit cards. I
Okay.
don't. I don't own any. I do have a debit card that acts as a credit card, but
Yeah.
I mean, I still use that to pay my online bills and stuff. So, but I only have one.
All right.
So
Yeah, that's a
that's
little
it.
scary. Yeah, a friend. So I use a specific credit card when I do online purchases. It's just a credit card. It's not a debit card. It doesn't have a high like charge amount, like a high whatever you call it.
Balance or
Yeah, high. So it's, God forbid it did get compromised. Nothing really is, it's not going to kill me. However, a friend of mine,
limit, credit limit.
credit
That's
limit,
the
thank you.
word.
The brain dead there. Yeah, so it doesn't have a high credit limit, so it's not like someone's going to be able to book a trip to Europe.
Right.
But one of my good friends at work, her Facebook got compromised, and I guess she's done like, how people on their birthdays will say, "Oh, for my
Oh,
birthday,
donate.
I'm donating." Yeah, so she's done that, and her card got compromised, and it was 2 days before she was going on vacation.
No.
So it wasn't even enough time for the bank to send her a new card. And so she is still not fighting with the bank because they have a whole fraud department. But when they mailed her out the second card, she didn't get it. And then she was like, I don't understand. Why didn't I get it? So when she called, they said, okay, well, which address did you want us to send this card to? She's like, excuse me? So that's how the person,
Someone had her whole stuff changed to their house.
yeah,
That's scummy, man.
like, why don't these people use their like
Get a fucking
talents for
job.
good? Right?
God damn, like stealing her money. I
Right.
mean, it's not like she's wealthy.
No, not at
You know
all.
what I mean? Hardworking woman and
Right,
gets her card stolen.
right. And they have, because they couldn't figure out how they were doing um ATM withdrawals. And that's how, because they had I'm like, that just floors me. How did they change the address? Like, I
How'd
don't
they
even
know
know.
the pin and stuff?
So they sent them a new card and they created
Oh,
their
so
own
they set
pin.
it up themselves.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
how did they change the
I
address?
don't know. That's something that they even haven't figured out yet. So how crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that. I felt so bad for her. She told me all of this when she came back from vacation, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And I was like,
What did she end up doing though while she was on vacation?
ended up. The vacation was mostly paid for, and it was all inclusive.
Okay.
So you know, they didn't really have to worry too much about it. And they had already taken out some cash because it was just a couple of days before she left her vacation. But I was like, I would be sick the whole time I was on vacation. I wouldn't have be able to relax and be like, what the hell?
What,
You know?
right, are they taken
Yeah,
my
right.
social security number and
Yeah. Oh, that happened to my mom, you know. So she didn't have her driving license for a very long time. She never renewed it. And
yeah.
back then, your license number was your social security
Yes,
number.
remember that?
Yeah. And someone had, you know, renewed her driver's license and ended up stealing her social security number.
And
And
her identity.
yeah, and she didn't know that. This was way, way, way back, of course, before computers and all of this
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, for like 2 years before she even realized that
How'd
that had
she even
happened.
figure it out? I won't,
I can't remember, but I think it had something to do with she was trying to get an ID. Now at that point you could get like an ID without having a license. And when she
Yep.
went to do it, and they're like, well, you already
Yes.
have your license. What do you need this for? And she's like, no, I don't. I haven't renewed my license in like 10 years. Yeah, it was insane. Absolutely, you
Crazy.
know, and then way back then, people were doing it. Now it's
It
even
just makes
easier.
me so mad, with these scams out there, especially when they prey on the older people.
Oh, yeah.
Like my grandmother one time got a call and they're like, your grandsons are in the hospital. They were in a really bad car accident. They knew the names of them
Uh,
and then wanted her to send money, but thank God she was like, she knew it was a scam.
right,
But
right.
like they prey on that. Like my a friend's mom, um, lost a significant amount of cash in a scam because they
It,
prey on people like that.
oh, it's awful. Well, yeah, think about it. If you're older and you know, you don't hear from your grandkids a lot and they're older and you know, like, oh my gosh, you know, grandma, you know, your grandson got into an accident. You want to do anything to help them.
Right. And if you think it's your grandson calling and saying, I need money, of course you're gonna
Right. Of
try to
course.
send money. My
Right.
mom was sick and in the hospital, but she had her computer. And you get that she has a Mac, but you get the pop-up sometimes and says your computer's dead, press this button,
Yep.
call this number. And as she was on the phone with the guy, I was walking into her hospital room and I go, "What's the matter? What are you doing?" And she's like, "My computer won't work. I got to give this guy my bank account." I go, "What are you nuts?
Oh
You
my
do not
gosh.
Why would you need to give him your bank account? Hang up right now," I said,
Yeah.
"Hang up."
Oh,
And
oh,
then he
that's
called her back and I go, "I know this is a scam. We've called the police," and then I hung up. Probably swore at him and hung up. And then I yelled at her because I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
she knows better. I mean, she's a
I'm like,
good
"Mom,
intelligent
you
woman.
always
Like,
say that, and I'm like, this is a scam. Why would you give him your bank account numbers for your computer?
oh my
Why?"
gosh, that's awful. Awful.
Yeah,
My
I
my
was,
my mother. So because Dave isn't, you know, does cybersecurity, he is like
mhm.
scared my mother-in-law so bad. Like she doesn't even answer our texts sometimes. She's like, I don't know if that's really you. I'm like,
Oh my God, that's
stop
so
it.
funny. But I mean, it's crazy the elaborate schemes that they have come up with
Yes,
to steal money from
it
people.
is. Yeah. Like the amount of effort that they have to put into it, it would be easier for them to get a job.
How about the skimmers?
Yeah,
That's like nuts to me.
I know.
That's
Like,
why the tapping is much better.
yeah,
Or
I
the
try
Apple
to
Pay,
tap.
right? You just
Yeah.
whatever, but because I'm a boomer, I freak out with the Apple Pay because I never do it right.
So first of all,
Um,
you're not a boomer, you're a Gen Xer. So stop saying you're a boomer.
My kids call me boomer because I can't figure shit out.
Yeah, well, they need to remember that they couldn't tie their shoe at one point, and you taught them to tie their shoe. So you're not a boomer, and they have to learn shit too. So you know what? It
It
doesn't
comes
come like
natural to them
natural.
because they basically have always had this stuff, you know?
Right. I know, but still. But no, yeah, I try to tap now. I understand why. And then when it asks me if I want to put in my pin, I'm like, no. Like,
No.
nope, skip over that.
Yep.
Like it's
I
yeah,
always hit X.
yeah, exactly.
Use it as a credit card,
Yeah,
please.
perfect. Well, and now you don't even need to sign for credit card purchases anymore. So we were up at a store, it was a Harley Davidson store, and Dave made a purchase. Oh, we were down in South Carolina with
Yeah.
you. And he made a purchase and they asked for his ID. And he was like, why would you ask me for my ID? And she's like, it's part of corporate policy. We do it throughout all of the Harley stores. And I was like, no, that's a really good thing. I said, because I remember when they stopped doing that. And I was like, anyone could use anyone's credit card and you would never ever know. If you
Yeah.
don't
Jim
ask for
gets
an ID,
mad when they ask you to see your ID, says it's illegal.
why is it illegal?
I don't know why, what his reasoning is or where he heard that. But
Well,
if you have a, but
it's
I
your
guess
for your protection.
I know. I don't know why he gets very angry over that.
That's like
Why
the
do you need
people.
my ID?
Yeah, but it's like also the people that get carded and they get upset. I'm like, dude, that makes you think, that makes me realize that you think I'm under 40 years old. Thank you. I will show my ID
You
every
know
day,
what?
all day.
They're just doing their job.
Yes, exactly.
Just
Yeah.
doing their job.
And if your name on your ID didn't match the credit card, you would be very happy if that was your credit card, right?
And someone was scamming
Yeah.
you.
And if it's a constant thing, you got to take out your credit card anyways. Take your license out at the same time.
I
Easy
know.
peasy. Yeah.
I know. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Another thing I wanted to talk about with fall, we're getting into that, keeping into that whole type of genre, is costumes. So, what do you think, like the big costumes for Halloween are going to be this year?
And I'm sure they were big last year, but I bet it's Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift.
I heard she wasn't at the last couple games. What's up with that?
She's got a tour going on still.
Oh,
Not,
yeah.
not
True.
she's got a little bit of a break, but I think she's getting ready for her next leg of the tour.
Oh, okay.
She
So,
does
yeah,
more United States stuff, and then is she going to Australia or did she
I,
already go there?
I
I don't
don't know.
know.
Yeah, I
But
have
I
no.
know she's got some tour dates in United States.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, well that makes sense then.
What do you
Um,
what do you think?
I don't know. I actually, with all the stuff with P. Diddy, I'm sure there's going to be some things going on with
Him and
that.
J Lo,
Him and J Lo and
those
the
cost.
baby oil bottles and stuff. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
people tend to,
maybe.
yeah. I mean,
I'm gonna Google what the top.
there you
um,
go.
I
It's not
hate
too early.
Halloween. Well, I hate costumes.
I don't understand. I love
I
costumes.
hate them.
Oh my gosh, years and years ago, um, my old neighbors and we would have the most killer Halloween parties, and we always would make our costumes. Remember when costumes were always handmade?
Yes, and they weren't fucking slutty.
Right. Well, I did a slutty one once, but that was like when I was in college, and it was really cute slutty. I had this black, really tight fitting dress, and I got like felt, and it was a black widow spider, and I put the red, whatever that design is they have on their stomach, and then I found what do you call it, like ear covers, like a headband sort of, you know what I mean, so they were thicker.
Earmuffs.
Yeah, they weren't really earmuffs, but it looked like a headband, and I
Okay.
cut those and I attached them to the dress and to my arms, and I wore a big hat with a veil over it, and I was a black widow spider. I was really cute, and it was sexy. I mean, you couldn't see anything, but it was,
Well, nowadays that wouldn't be sexy.
no, it wouldn't. You got to see some boobies and some ass and some stuff, and like, wow, that's crazy, crazy, crazy.
Yes. So I Googled it and it said, what is the most popular Halloween costume in 2024?
Yeah.
And it says for kids, it's Spider-Man.
Oh, I think that's always kind of been a staple,
It
the
says
hero.
the most popular costume among adults this year is expected to be a witch.
What? What do you
I don't
on?
know. This is
What,
what it's saying.
what site are you on?
I It
Uh,
just says the NRF. I don't know what that is. The
uh,
National Retail Federation
oh,
survey found that the most popular costume among children this year is expected to be Spider-Man. The most popular costume among adults this year is expected to be a witch.
okay. I don't
I'm
know if I
just,
believe that.
well, Good Morning America has an article that says trending costumes every year tend to reflect what's happening in Florida. So expect plenty of Deadpool, Wolverine, and
Oh,
Garfield on the horizon.
yes, yes, that makes sense. Yeah. Garfield, I guess we're gonna
Harley
be,
Quinn.
oh, because of the new Joker, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Classic themes are always in vogue, so you can stay traditional like a vampire, a ghost, or
Yeah, those
monster
are always fun.
inspired.
Sure.
Beetlejuice.
Oh, yes, Durr. Of course. Of course. Yes, Beetlejuice is gonna be huge, I bet. Yeah.
Um,
Well,
Vogue
that makes,
bag.
what'd you say?
The Vogue bag, how Jack-o'-lantern.
I thought you said the hose bag.
No.
What's a
I would
hose
never
bag?
say that. I'm just kidding.
Do you I'm sorry, that was funny. Um, what about Halloween movies? Do you have any Halloween movies that you like absolutely have to watch? Why are you rolling your eyes?
I don't like scary movies.
I
I
think
won't watch any of them.
it
None.
doesn't have
I
to be
don't like them.
doesn't have to be scary. What about like Hocus
I
Pocus?
never even saw Hocus Pocus.
What is wrong with you? How are you my friend?
I don't
Are you
know.
serious?
Never.
It is so cute. It is so funny. I love it. It's so kitschy. It's oh, you
Maybe
have
I
to
will watch it this. I'll watch it before Halloween this year.
yeah. How do we do like can we you're gonna be in South Carolina. We'll have to figure out how to do a watch party and maybe, have
Okay.
some wine. Oh no, we're not drinking. Oh, that's a new thing. Yes, BFFers. We are not drinking for the month of October. The bet is I'm not going to last that long because we started to do it for September and I lasted 3 days, right? So currently I'm doing okay. So
Day 3.
yeah, well, I,
Well, if you make it past day 3, this is a win because then that means you beat your last record.
right? Well, I
Yeah,
didn't
so
drink.
the no drinking, I just want to lose weight. So
Me
I'm
too.
I'm gonna try to cut out booze.
Yeah, we have a Biggest Loser contest going on at work.
Oh, you
And
do?
yeah, it started Monday, so I'm very determined to win this. It goes on till the Friday before Thanksgiving. So
Okay, well
yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
That's awesome.
But my favorite thing to do at this time of the year is like when it's
Drink red
cool.
wine
Yeah, red wine and watch the Halloween baking shows and the pumpkin carving things. And
in
after
front of a fire.
after
I
Dave
know.
goes to bed, I open up the little slider and, get under my blanket. I just love it. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be really hard. I'm gonna have to find something that tastes like wine that doesn't.
Or
Oh,
just pour a drink like do you're say you get a seltzer water, right? Pour it in a
yeah,
wine glass.
yeah. I'll give that a try and maybe flavor it
Add
or
a little
something.
bit of red food coloring.
There you go. I don't have red teeth. Oh my gosh, like those. Do you
What?
remember?
You'd look like you murdered somebody with your mouth. There'd be red
I
everywhere.
was thinking about remember when we were kids and you'd go to the dentist and you would brush your teeth and then they would make you chew that red pill to see
And
where
see
you
where you
didn't.
didn't get
Yes, that's
suckers.
right.
I thought you were gonna say when we were little, younger, not little, because we weren't little, we were younger. We were in high school and we dyed our Easter eggs and then we dyed our tongue and chins.
I didn't dye my chin. You did.
Yeah.
You stuck. So we did this thing. We're like, oh, if we put our tongues inside the dye, will it dye our tongue?
Coloring.
So we put, we had the coffee mugs, right, Diane? I think they were coffee mugs,
They
right?
were. They were coffee mugs.
And I came out and mine really wasn't any color. When you pulled yours out, I literally thought I was going to piss myself laughing because your chin had been in the mug too, and your chin was colored. That was
Stupid
so
shit.
funny. Oh
Was
my
I
God.
pissed?
You would totally piss. And I think about it every year when I would color eggs with my kids, and I'm pretty sure I'm like, do you know Auntie Diana and I dyed Easter eggs? And they were like, we know.
I
She
heard
dyed
the
her
story
chin.
100 times. Back in my day. Yeah.
Oh gosh, too funny. But no, so Halloween movies, like, of course I love my scary movies. You know that. But
Yes.
I love watching Hocus Pocus, and I love watching, there's a bunch of like Halloween Town, although that
I
one's
know.
kind of,
That's like kitty, right? For the
yeah, it's
kids.
kitty,
My
yeah.
kids loved Halloween Town.
Yeah, I mean, those are so fun. It is a little disappointing now as an adult. Not that I was ever a kid when it came out, but it was, it was different. But no, I love all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, so we'll see. We'll have to, kind of circle around and see actually what were the big costumes for Halloween this
Yeah,
year.
I would love to. I
Yeah.
not to change the subject, but I have a housekeeping item that I'd like to talk
Yeah,
about.
sure.
How I thought I thought I was
Oh,
Miss Smarty Pants.
and I agreed with you.
Reason AR rifle is not because it's an assault rifle or a right.
Right. It is not an assault rifle. And Chrissy,
It has a
um,
real name.
yes, gave us the real name for it, and I don't remember what it is
I'm gonna
now.
Google that because
Okay.
I was so proud of myself. So proud of myself that I thought that. I was like, oh, I'm so smart.
I know, right? Well, sometimes, you're like, when I was today years old and you realize something and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. Like, how did I not understand that or realize that? And that happens to me a lot. So, but I agreed with you. I thought it was the same thing. I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Okay, so well, it does make sense, and maybe that's why they call it AR, but it's not assault rifle. It means armor light rifle, which is the
Yes,
name of the company that developed the rifle
that's what it
in the
was. Yeah,
50s.
right. So thank you, Christine.
Thank you, Christine, for telling me I was wrong. I appreciate it. And the listeners appreciate it. Now they know. They won't be telling anybody that AR means assault rifle.
I know. Could you imagine? Be like,
No, but I mean, it just made sense.
right. It does. It totally makes sense.
Yeah.
So that is a good housekeeping. That's funny. Um, and when we were talking about costumes and we were talking, and I said, oh, it would be P. Diddy with the baby doll. So I gotta tell you, I started to do some research. I went back a little bit, and we could probably talk about this for the next 3 episodes. That man is either the devil or made a deal with the devil. He is pure evil. Evil. Do you know he's never married the women that he's been with.
What are we talking about? I'm sorry.
Did he?
P. Diddy. I missed
Yeah,
that. I was reading that assault rifle thing.
that's all right.
Sorry. P. Diddy. You know what? The story just makes me sick. Sick.
So
You know
he
what
had
makes me more sick though, Noelle, is
hmm,
all these people that knew about it
right.
and didn't do anything.
Well, I think the whole thing and what I'm starting to find out is there are so many people that are involved in this. They're probably all shitting their pants at this point because they could be called out on, oh my
Anything.
God.
They have tapes and tapes and tapes of shit.
Absolutely. And I think the big part of it is that, in society, especially in the rap area that being
Genre.
gay, yeah, being gay or bi is like frowned upon. And I'm sure that there's this handful, more than a handful, but of men that feel, that are gay and are not able to come out and say it. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. I
Mhm.
think that Diddy is bisexual, and him raping all these other men and getting it on tape is his way of getting power and being able to control these people. So it's not just women that they've done this to. And I'm not saying that, that's what I'm not downplaying that. I'm just saying the men that are involved in this,
There's
there's,
also kids involved.
yeah, he's evil, absolutely pure evil. So like I said, I started to go down this rabbit hole, and do you know how many people that he has known in his lifetime that are dead now? Like, it's,
Really?
yeah, it's kind of scary. It's very sketchy. So the first woman that he was with, Kim Powers, who is actually the mother of three of his children, she died in 2018. It took them a year to come out with the cause of death. She was 45 years old, and it turns out that she died from pneumonia. Really? That's a little weird. So it's not only that, but like
Pneumonia.
pneumonia. So you're like, okay, yeah, that does happen. Maybe she was sickly, whatever. But when you put all of these other pieces of the puzzle together, like all of these other people that are dead, you're like, okay, wait a minute. So supposedly she was writing a tell-all book. Also, the man that kind of discovered him was going to start writing a tell-all book. He died. Another guy that Diddy was, um, whether they had a relationship or not, he was going to come out and say some stuff. Something happened to him. And then another person that supposedly his Diddy's first girlfriend or whatever was having like an affair with, he killed himself. So I think that, we're having these what they call freak offs, and they were getting these people all drugged up.
So they
And
were drugging them, right?
yes, oh, absolutely.
So they didn't know what was happening to them,
They had
or
no idea. They
it
had
wasn't consensual.
no, it wasn't consensual, and that he was recording them. And then, they're like, okay, you're gonna do what I say, or I'm gonna expose you. I'm gonna show that you had sex with four people, or I'm gonna show that you had sex with a man, or I'm gonna show all of these things. I mean, he also clearly had some, sexual issues himself too. And I don't mean issues like that. He just was perverted himself. It's absolutely crazy, 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 crazy. So
Video of him at the hotel beating his girlfriend who was
yeah,
trying to escape
uh-huh.
was just eye-opening,
Yes,
I think, and that's what led down to his downfall, right?
right.
But
So
a
they,
hotel, I mean, what he didn't he realize he was being recorded?
you would think in a hotel. So Cassie Ventura and him were together for almost 10 years. She
That's
was
the one he
nine.
was beating?
Yeah, she was 19 when they met. He was 37. So first of all, that's gross. Okay.
Right.
And after she left, she sued him for $30 million. The next day after the lawsuit came out, he settled. We don't know how much, but he settled like instantaneously. But since her lawsuit came out, there were four or five that came out from other women and other men saying, accusing him of sexual assault, abuse, all of this other stuff. Now that he's in jail, there's over 120 lawsuits that have come out. So these are the people that are coming out. Imagine how many there are that aren't saying anything.
Right. That don't want to be attached to it.
Right. Well, and what I kind of like you were alluding to, or saying that all of these people that went to parties and say, "Oh yeah, I got out before it got too late," or "Oh, it felt kind of
I
sketchy
saw
to
some
me."
weird stuff starting to happen, so I left.
There's hundreds of people like that. that's disgusting that they didn't say a word. Absolutely disgusting. Because what I've, what was rumored or what people have been saying is the people, the women and the men were sex workers that they would bring in.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them were against their will. So it was
Mm-hmm.
all sex trafficking, and yeah, and these were his freak off parties, and if you were invited to that, you were in the club,
In the
and you,
circle.
yeah, and you were now um your career was gonna go crazy. I just can't even imagine. I mean, we've never found out everything about Epstein. There's some pretty significant names that are involved in this as well, too.
I
And I'd
know.
love to
I
know if any of them are overlapping.
I bet they are. So I actually I I think it was on the radio this morning. They were saying that an A-lister is gonna be exposed for some pretty heavy duty stuff that's in a video. And I
Well,
think so my thought is like, how much of this does J-Lo know? They were
right?
together for a long time.
They were. And they were all
Why'd they break up? Why did you know what I mean? What did she know this was happening?
right. Well, and they kind of broke up after that whole incident at the club where
The
people
gun.
shot, and she was involved in that and she kind of got out of it. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, is it going to be her? Is it going to be Justin Bieber? I think Justin Bieber was, taken
Used.
advantage of.
Me
He's
too.
he's tried to get out of it and has found God and trying to do the right thing. But could it be he? Could it be Kanye? Could it be Usher? Could it be Drake? They're all involved. Will Smith is another one that's involved. Snoop Dogg, which
They
that
were
would
all
break my heart.
they were all tied together.
I know. So
They keep saying names are gonna be released, but I can't, I'm not sure they will release them because I don't know. I just don't know if they want that out there.
well, yeah, and is that defamation of character unless you have proof? But
If they're
supposedly,
involved in this, they're gonna end up having to be arrested anyways.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
I
it's
mean, I don't know. I just think it's a sick world we live in, and it's like, you know, you trust people of authority. Not that they're authority, but they're celebrities and they have power. So
right.
you kind of feel like they know what they're doing. And Justin Bieber's parents gave him over.
Yeah,
And I don't mean it like gave him over, but trusted them to help their son's career.
right.
And granted, they have a great career. He has a great career, but did they not pay attention to him in all his issues? And did he, I mean, I think he was crying out for help.
So how do you let your 14 or 15-year-old go to a party and not be there? Like, even if you're over on the side, in the corner,
I
whatever.
think they wanted the money just as much as,
Yeah, but why wouldn't you be there? Your
Mhm.
kid's not a quote unquote adult. 14, 15 years old? Come on,
You
man. I
have
mean, that,
celebrities telling you they're going to take care of your kid. You're like, okay.
yeah, I guess so, but I don't know. I that just when I think about it, maybe hindsight's 2020. What would I do at that point? And they were like, Usher comes up to me and says, "Oh my gosh, your kid's so talented. Don't worry, I'll get them everything that they want. I'm going to introduce them to P Diddy. We all know P Diddy, Puff Daddy. Like, why the hell did he change his name so many times, anyways? But
I don't know. He started out as Puff Daddy, right?
he was Puff Daddy, then he was Puffy, then he went to P Diddy, and then Brother Love was his most recent one.
Oh,
So
really? I didn't know
yeah,
there was that.
yeah,
I probably changed his name because he was going to get in trouble.
or it was reflecting different times in his lives of what he was doing. So who knows? But
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. So it's gonna be an interesting thing to see what's going on.
Yeah,
Oof.
when this story breaks wide open, it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. absolutely.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and I'm very invested in it right now with, kind of going back in the years and like I said, going down that rabbit hole and finding out like, oh my gosh, what is going on?
Yeah.
It's amazing how many people have lawsuits against him and how many times he settled and for crazy
How
things.
many people are gonna be involved in,
Yeah, and it's all violence and it's awful, awful, awful. And how has he stayed out of jail
I'd
all
love
this
to know
time?
how many victims there are and,
Right.
it's just, it's very sad.
It
He's in
is.
jail now though, right?
Yes, he is. And right now they are not letting him out. Feel bad for his
Flight
kids too,
risk.
you know?
He's on suicide watch.
Yeah, they normally are. But so was an
They don't want him
Epstein.
to get beat up and
Yeah,
Gen
well,
Pop.
yeah, yeah. Epstein was on suicide watch, so interesting to see.
Yeah, well, he didn't do it. So,
Yeah. Right.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
Um, with the longshoremen strike,
Oh,
do you feel that you need to rush out and stock up? Because
no.
that's like the big thing. Everybody's like, there's no toilet paper, there's no water. It's like
Right.
COVID all over again.
Right. I don't understand it. I don't think it'll, well, I shouldn't say, I don't know if it's gonna last very long, but no. I saw that too, is like everyone's rushing out getting toilet paper and
But toilet paper doesn't come from ships in the ocean,
I
does it?
know.
I mean, that's what I don't understand why people are going out and buying toilet paper.
Right. I have no idea why
I
toilet
mean,
paper.
I guess if you wanted to go out and buy your Christmas presents early, I get that because,
Yes.
stuff gets shipped or you're screwed if you're buying a new car because you're going to end up, they're probably going to go back up again,
Right.
mark up prices because those come from overseas. But my question is, why are people running out to get toilet paper and water?
I don't,
Water does not come from China.
right. I don't understand.
Europe.
Right. So you're absolutely right. I have no idea.
I mean, I don't understand. Enlighten me, listeners, enlighten me.
Right.
Why are people running out to go get toilet paper and water for this strike?
Yeah. So and honestly, by now, it's now October. All the decorations and stuff that, the stores were going to get, they already have them. They're sitting in their back room. Right. You walk into Walmart, they're already out. So I don't know what's on them. I have no idea.
I mean, I'm sure it's more like electronics and
Yeah.
computers and,
Yeah.
like
That
I
kind
said,
of stuff.
cars, like all
Right.
that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I don't know. People are running out to the store and buying water and toilet paper. Good thing I have my bidet in store. I'm gonna bring that back out.
So from COVID, we started buying our toilet paper in cases because it was
Really?
just, yeah, that's just how it was, and we never stopped. So it was a cheaper way to do it. We didn't have to worry about it, so we've just kind of always done that. So
I'm
we're
gonna
lucky
come
we
get
got
some
enough
from
toilet
you if we
paper.
run out.
Yeah, well, and then we bought a bidet, which we haven't hooked up yet. So, but
Same.
hey,
My bidet isn't hooked up either.
well, where is it now that you moved?
Storage. It's
Oh,
in storage.
oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna bring it down to South Carolina,
Oh,
ship
good.
it, or I'll
No,
buy one.
yeah, I don't blame you. So I think that wraps it up for us this
Yeah, me
week,
too.
right?
That was
Yeah,
a good conversation.
yeah. So, and we're gonna
Lots
tease.
of fun topics.
Yeah, we got a few interviews coming up with some people. This month is breast cancer awareness, so we have someone that does massages for people that have cancer. We'll be interviewing her. We've got a couple other things going on. So, and Nana Betts has some really exciting stuff that's coming up for the month too. So you'll
We're gonna
definitely,
tease that.
yeah.
Teaser. Yes, we're real proud of what we're gonna be doing in October. I'll be happy to share it soon.
Yeah.
But yes, very, very exciting news coming up.
Yeah. So it's all good. So Other than that, please keep sending us your questions. We love them. They definitely get us talking. They get you guys talking on social media. So it's been great. We're gonna start the holiday season too with playing some games that you guys really loved last year. So if there's anything else that you can think of, let us know. So we're willing to try anything.
Sounds good.
All right, cool. All right, well, that's it for this week, and we will see you next episode. But remember, go ahead, what?
I was gonna say, and remember,
It's always better to have a friend with two chins
than two faces.
Have a great week, guys.
See you guys.
You've been listening to Life's Journey with Best Friends. For details on any of the things we've mentioned in the podcast, including photos, visit our website lifesjourneybff.com. You can also email us at lifesjourneybff@gmail.com or visit us on Facebook, Instagram, or Threads.
Remember, no matter where life takes you, you are never alone when you have a best friend by your side. Until next time.